You can find me at CoinGuy.Bitcoin. You can find me in the description, Patreon, all that great stuff. You can also look up my tip address. Send me the tips, because I had made a decision to completely remove all paywalls on anything that ever comes out of this channel. And the only time we'll ever charge anything is if you actively search us out on Patreon. And even then, I'm going to give up most of this away for free on YouTube. So that being said, let's go deep. Just released 2 videos today. One on the Bitcoin analysis, where we are technicals, RSI, MACD, all the different moving averages. And I did a quick ISO rundown of where we are. But now is where I'm going to lose everybody. When I'm telling people about technicals, most people are following around and watching the charts. They get it. Then I go, hey, you ever tried making like a 20% swing every month, twice a month, trading the moon? And then people look at me like I got 2 heads. I go, no, for real. I've been tracking this for years. Every time there's a new moon, the market pumps. And every time there's a full moon, the market dumps. And people look at me again like I got 3 fucking heads. What are you talking about? So I'm going to bring up my craziest indicator, the moon phase indicator. I'll show you guys the moon phases. But before we get to that, I want to bring up some eclipse dates. So in 2021, we had total eclipses, a total lunar eclipse, and a total solar eclipse. This happened on December 4th and May 25th. I have marked these out. Okay. Pop-ups. December 4th, May 25th. And this year we have total May 15th and total November 8th. And I mark these out again, May 15th and November 8th. Anybody who's in crypto may recognize these dates. You already see the dots on giant bottom of wheat candles. And you're thinking, okay, this guy's got a problem with total eclipses. Let me just show you what we're doing here. So we're going to go to a daily chart. And I'm going to move us back to 2021. And I'm going to turn on my moon phases. So simply put, all of the super gold colored yellow is new moons, and all of the gray is full moons. And as you can notice, it's not exactly, but it's damn near that we get a new moon. Here's a market cycle top for the month, and here's the new moon. So it's within a day or two. Here's the full moon for the month, and it's the exact monthly bottom. Okay, so you're able to see this action in 14 days. If you were to go from that top to that bottom, you're 30% down. So if you were to sell right here, $100 worth of Bitcoin, you could buy it back here for 70 bucks. Okay, and then we wait a month, and we get this little top here. I'm not going to call that because this one's kind of missed. It's close, but this is noticeably more of a top than this. So let's say you dropped $100. You sold $100 worth of Bitcoin here. You've bought it back for 70. The move from here to the new moon is 68%. So you've sold 100, you bought it back for 70, or you bought 130 worth. Like, you know what I mean? You've gone up $30 in value, 30% accumulation. And now you've gone up another 60% accumulation. You almost 90% accumulation in this swing. So we won't even count this top. You did 90%. If you had pulled this top, you're 100% up. But even if you just went to this one, you're 60% up plus 30. And then we have this next one. So it noticeably keeps happening. This one's a little off. I'm not even going to pretend to be like, oh, wait a week. No. This one missed. But look at the rest of them. Look at the rest of them. Bottom, new moon or full moon. Top, new moon. Bottom, full moon. New moon. Full moon. It is so accurate that this just keeps happening. Just weaning and waxing of the moon. And then what's this one? This giant down. This one's a little bit more severe. This is the one that scared the shit out of me because I had just got into crypto. I didn't really know what was going on. I was like, what the fuck? How was this? I lost thousands of dollars in this May 21st crash. And it was the only time out of the year that it called the right direction, but it was the most drastic one. I deleted my points. Okay. So that was the eclipse, the 25th. Didn't really phase me into what was going on, but it did start to notice that messed up the cycle. I'm going to scroll over. It continues to do the same trend. Just keep following. Play out the rest of the year. And we get this huge one in December. This December 4th. Here's another one. So that kind of gave me this December 4th would have been a new moon. The new moon should have been pumping. But we got this eclipse. And the eclipse drug it down in a drastic move, much like the last eclipse. And that's when I really started to go, so the eclipses are doing something to my moon cycles because this voided the pattern. So it made me really think, what's the next one? What's the next moon cycle that has an eclipse? We looked at the date. It's going to be, in May of 2022. We scroll over to May 2022. And we get this giant collapse again. You're like, really? Really? When's the next one? Like instantly on this day, I was like, when's the next one? Oh, the next one is in November the 8th. So literally from this moment, every single time that we got a pumpy, one of these little cycle tops, I'd siphon off 5, 10, 15%, put it into some circle, put it into stable coins every time I got one of these little moves. And especially on this one, I just sold a lot. I even made a video about selling your coins. And then this happened, which everyone was like, FTX. This is the FTX collapse. FTX. This is the FTX collapse. This is where the market narrative comes in. Even though I knew this was going to happen here, but I had a really good indication here and here. So it's not like, to me, it's almost like the news doesn't matter. The news is going to come up with a story at the right time. It's the astrological cycles is more of an effect than what's going on. So that being said, where's our next totals? We got total on 420. And I think that's a total. Yeah, but definitely 420. Watch out for this day. I'm not telling you to sell your coins, but I am telling you to sell your coins leading up to that. And if we wanted to go with a moon cycle closest to that, let's do moon phases 20 2023. We're going to 420. Ha! New moon on 420. So this would be a day that we should expect the market to be pumping. And it's probably going to go completely opposite and collapse. Or it's going to have the greatest pump day ever. But I'm going to go with collapse because it does seem to be every time we get one of those, they go full collapse. They haven't had a eclipse ever reverse the market and go up. Even on a new moon day like December 4th, when it was supposed to pump, it just collapsed out. So I'm going to scroll over to April the 20th. And I'm just going to scroll that in here. Oh, the big old warning to warn myself in the future. So basically, you have almost 140 days to start tethering or circle or whatever your favorite stablecoin is, fiat onto the side, so that when that giant market collapse happens again on 420, 2023, you guys can all take advantage of the fact that you had months in advance. And I don't care what narrative comes out, they'll probably ban something or something will happen on this day. It'll come out in the news, whatever it is. China banned Bitcoin for the 700th time. Coinbase collapsed on itself. Something will happen here. But we'll all know that I made this video months ago. And it's total bullshit. And we had 150 days notice. Unless you've been watching from the past when you had years notice. So that's my crazy moon theory. I'm not the only one saying this. I'm not the guy who invented it. But I am hip to it. So I'm going to let it on to you guys. The sun and the moon mean more than you think. Ladies and gentlemen, you got 28.4 day moon cycle. The exact same time you got 28.4 day woman cycle. You got a lunar cycle, and once a month you got a lunatic. So, I mean, call it what you want. It sounds crazy, but the moon moves the ocean, moves the tide. You know what I mean? It has that type of effect on water, and we're all water. What do you think happens? Ask your friends who work in a hospital or a police station. What is it like on a full moon? Crazy? And they'll be like, yeah, of course it is. Of course it is. So that's me. I'm going to cut the video right now, or I'll keep rambling. Thanks for tuning in. I'm the Coin Guy. You can find me at CoinGuy.Bitcoin. Or you can just find me right here. I'll be back.